This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish History Moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio. This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish History Moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio. This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish History Moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio.
and German. For example, the word concrete or béton came from French, while schnitzel or schnitzel came from German. And of course, there are new words to describe things that did not exist in ancient times, like electricity, חשמל, computer, מחשב, car, מכונית. Hi everybody, Yana here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Hebrew questions. The question for this lesson is, just what is the difference between biblical and modern Hebrew? Now, you may be attracted to Hebrew for any number of reasons. Perhaps you want to communicate with friends or family, or maybe you're interested in studying the many religious and classical texts written in Hebrew. Depending on your reasons for learning Hebrew, you may end up learning one of two very different languages. Biblical or classical Hebrew was an ancient language that first emerged in the 10th century BC. Over the next centuries, the ancient Hebrew people used it to communicate, to take a record of their history, religion, philosophy, poetry, and culture. A portion of this literary record formed the basis of Hebrew scriptures and also what came to be called the Bible. During the Roman period, the language evolved beyond recognition and later fell out of use in daily life, but it lived on in religious contexts. Hebrew experienced a revival in the late 19th century as part of the larger Zionist movement. Thanks to the effort of Eliezer ben Yehuda, who prepared the first modern Hebrew dictionary, people started using Hebrew again to communicate with one another as they went about their lives. But because of the influence of European languages, Hebrew changed. Grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, not a single aspect of the language went untouched by the transformation. And like any other modern language, Hebrew continues to change. So, for example, the word I or me in biblical Hebrew is Anochi. This same word has changed in modern Hebrew to Ani. Besides this change in pronunciation, modern Hebrew got a lot of new words from languages like French and German. For example, the word concrete or béton came from French, while schnitzel or schnitzel came from German. And of course, there are new words to describe things that did not exist in ancient times, like electricity, חשמל, computer, מחשב, car, מכונית, telephone, telephone. At this point in history, someone familiar only with biblical Hebrew would not be able to communicate very well with contemporary native speakers. At the same time, a modern Hebrew speaker cannot easily read the Bible. How was it? Pretty interesting, right? Do you have any more questions? Leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. להתראות! So, for example, the word I or me in biblical Hebrew is Anochi. This same word has changed in modern Hebrew to ani. Besides this change in pronunciation, modern Hebrew got a lot of new words from languages like French and German. For example, the word concrete or beton came from French, while schnitzel or schnitzel came from German. And of course, there are new words to describe things that did not exist in ancient times, like electricity, חשמל, computer, מחשב, car, מכונית, telephone, טלפון. At this point in history, someone familiar only with biblical Hebrew would not be able to communicate very well with contemporary native speakers. At the same time, a modern Hebrew speaker cannot easily read the Bible. How was it? Pretty interesting, right? Do you have any more questions? Leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. להתראות.
All right, shalom, Israel. Salakia for all the technical difficulties, but we're going to get it in today. Salakia, hold on. All right, so I hope y'all like that little video. Esau telling on himself. I'm going to get my mic adjusted a little bit better in a second. All right, Nathaniel,
Hi
are you there?
everybody, Yana here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Hebrew questions. The question for this lesson is,
Sir, I'm here.
how can you possibly read?
I bet it. The video started playing again on its own. I don't know about you, Nathan. The weather got my internet like it's in a pit of hell. You know what I mean?
Sir, it got like a little lag, sir.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But you gonna get it rolling, man. You gonna get everything rolling. So, all right. So let me I'm gonna try to share this again, and I'm gonna pause it, and I'm gonna do screenshots. Like I want to bring the let me bring it back up. Let me share the screen again because there's certain things in this video that is the main thing that we need to know. Okay. I'll start with the devil, the she devil. I'll start with her video only because we just watched it. You know what I mean? We watched the first one about 3 times, right? But this devil, this she devil, her video actually elaborates a little bit more on how they stole the culture. And for some reason, I can't get this thing to go full screen. I've been trying, but it ain't letting me. I got, Esau, he's slick. They don't want to give it all away. All right. So let's see if we can hit F and get it to go full screen. I don't know. It's stuck.
Read Hebrew.
All right, but I'll just do screenshots. This is good enough. I'll bring it back on. Right. I'll bring it back on. Add it to the stage. Now, we're gonna be on TikTok as well in about 2 seconds, right? But I want to show y'all something right here before we get on TikTok too, and start the battle. Whoever, got a problem with this truth. So this she devil, she said, let me see if I can get to it. She said, modern Hebrew and biblical Hebrew is 2 very different languages. I don't know if anybody caught that in the beginning, but that's what she said. She said, modern Hebrew and biblical Hebrew is 2 very different languages. Let me see if I can get it to come back up.
Take a minute to read this. Can you figure it out?
Hold on, let me see. Oh, wait, hold on. This is a whole new video. Good night. Went to a whole new video. So lock it, yo. All right, while it's coming up, I'm going to keep going. So the she devil, but she was explaining was Hebrew changed, right? Well, according to them, Esau, he stole the language and changed it, right? Now you got some simpletons out there that don't understand that that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I mean? They refuse to accept it. They refuse to accept the fact that Esau, their spiritual daddy, is an evil, wicked monster, man. And he changed the language. He changed it. He changed it for his own good. He don't give a damn. It ain't his language. It ain't nothing nobody can do about it. According to him, right? But our God, we have a God. Our God is going to definitely do something about it. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna try to come on with a different mic. So if y'all give me a second. All right, so here we go right here. So she's about to go into biblical Hebrew. Now I know I got a lag on it, right? Boom, boom, boom. Can I get it right here? Let me go back a little bit, and I'm gonna let it play because she's saying, all right, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Now I can't get this thing to go full screen. I don't understand why. Who knows? The white man is the devil. The oppressor is the devil. But what I do know is this: is that she's making a distinction between modern Hebrew and biblical Hebrew. The reason why she's doing that is because they changed the language. Now this is a clear giveaway. Now even with the lag, if you hear what she says, then you'll understand what I'm saying. Now, Nathaniel, you gotta let me know. Is it a lag on the speech as well? Like, can you hear what she's saying clearly, or is this a lag on a video? I don't know if you can hear me, Nathan.
Yeah, I can't slug it, sir. I can't hear nothing at all if you're playing it right now.
No, I'm saying not right now. I got to pause right now. But when it was playing, was it a lag on the
Oh,
sound?
sir. The sound was too wild.
Sounds to why perfect. All right, so I'm gonna play it again for everybody. Just pay attention to how she's saying biblical Hebrew, which is real Hebrew, is different from modern Hebrew. Because you got cats like Zion Lex that talk so much trash about ISUPK saying that we wrong in our Hebrew, but he speaks the oppressor's Hebrew. He said we wrong for how we speak in Hebrew, but the devil herself is telling you that her Hebrew language is wrong, that her Hebrew has been changed. So I'm gonna play it.
Language that first emerged in the 10th century BC.
Over the next
centuries,
the
ancient Hebrew people used it languages.
A little bit more.
Classical text written in Hebrew. Depending on your reasons for learning Hebrew, you may end up learning one of two very different languages. Biblical or classical Hebrew was an ancient language that first emerged in the 10th century BC. Over the next centuries, the ancient Hebrew people used it to communicate and to take a record of their history, religion, philosophy, poetry, and culture. A portion of this literary record formed the basis of Hebrew scriptures and also what came to be called the Bible. During the Roman period, the language evolved beyond recognition and later fell out of use in daily life, but it lived on in religious contexts. Hebrew experienced a revival in the late 19th century as part of the larger Zionist movement. Thanks to the effort of Eliezer ben Yehuda, who prepared the first modern Hebrew dictionary, people started using Hebrew again to communicate with one another as they went about their lives. But because of the influence of European languages, Hebrew changed. Grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, not a single aspect of the language went untouched by the transformation. And like any other modern language, Hebrew continues to change. So, for example, the word I or me
All right, y'all. So look. All right, shit, Dan. Let me turn it down here. So if y'all heard what she said, Hebrew changed. That was clear. That was the whole point. She was saying that the Hebrew language changed. That's what she was saying. So now, with that being said, right? So what people say today or claim today to be biblical Hebrew is not actually Hebrew at all. It is the oppressor's language. The oppressor, if y'all remember what she said, they said they already had Latin, Spanish, Yiddish, and other European languages. The point that I'm trying to make is Yiddish is one that they speak that came from like Russia somewhere. But the modern Hebrew that they call modern Hebrew today is still not real Hebrew. It is still different from biblical Hebrew. Now, hold on, let me see. Let me see something. Let me get us back to boom, boom. How do I put us? I'm gonna just hit this right here. So if you can get this right, hold on. Let me see. I think I did something. I don't know. I can't remember my little hotkeys, man. All right, not that. Trying to. Where's the newsroom? That's what I want to go to. Yeah, y'all forgive me. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go into our little newsroom. Here we go. A little newsroom setting and put this on the side. So what I was trying to say is, so she's admitting already that the language was changed. The first video that we played of Eleazar ben Yehuda, who has the dictionary out, the Hebrew dictionary, what he was what he did was he was the one who changed it and brought it back to modern Hebrew. All right. So like I'm getting ready to set up TikTok in a second. But he was the one who revived, as they called it, revived the Hebrew. But really, all he did was make a way for them to speak the language the way that they already been speaking Yiddish and whatever other languages they stole. Now, with that being said, let's get what is it? Give me pure language. Give me pure language, Nathaniel. Give me the one that says pure language.
So like I said, say that one more time. You lag a little bit.
Can you give me the one that says pure language? Zephaniah 3 and 9, I believe.
Come on.
Now, is it an echo on my end? Like, is it an echo on my end? Y'all put a one out there if there's an echo on my end. Let me know whenever you're ready.
Nah, ain't no echo on your answer.
Okay, Con. Let me know whenever you're ready. I can keep going too. So go ahead.
You said Zephaniah, what, sir?
3 and 9.
Come on.
And y'all type in y'all questions as well. But what we about to do is we about to go in and really just take a look at the differences that how the language, on how they changed the language to what they wanted it to be, and how it's not actually biblical Hebrew.
I got it, sir.
You go ahead.
Come on. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
He said, for then will I turn to the, my bad. He said, for then will I turn to the people a pure language. Go ahead.
Come on. That they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve
they may
him.
do what?
Call upon the name of the Lord.
That they may call upon the name of the Lord. That's the whole point of it. The whole point is for us to be able to call on the Most High. Now, if we don't call on the Most High, then or if he didn't give us a pure language, how would we be able to call upon the Most High? How would we be able to do this? There will be no way for us to do it. Let me see if I can turn my camera sideways. I'm gonna try my my camera out real quick and see. I was gonna take a look at it and see if I can get on here with the camera. Oh, all right, damn, that's the wrong way. Okay. But yeah, so read it again.
Khan. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 9.
Chapter
For
3,
then,
verse 9.
Khan. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
For then
that-
will I turn to the people a pure language. Good night. Go. But which means what? Which means that our language would for it to become for it not to be pure, what would it have to be if it's not pure? If it's not pure, then what would it have to be if it's not pure?
It's like you asking me, sir?
Khan. Well, I'm just saying out there for the audience, but you
That's
can
right.
answer it if you want to.
Khan, sir, if I could.
Go ahead.
For it not to be pure, that means like it had to basically it had to be like it had to be tampered with. Like you know how they added a J,
Exactly.
things like that. It's like
Khan, it would have to be tampered with if it's not pure. The problem is that Esau, what he considered to be a pure language, what he considered to be a pure language, to him was a stolen language. So to him, what he considered to be pure was really just stolen, right? And I'm just gonna try to put a still shot on. I ain't gonna do too much, but he was him just stealing the language. The language would have to be tampered with for it to be pure, for it to be made pure. This is one of the scriptures letting you know the prophecies that we would get our language back. The key term is back. You know what I mean? Like, how can you say that y'all don't know Hebrew or y'all speaking the wrong Hebrew, but your Hebrew ain't even Hebrew, which is crazy because there is no change to Hebrew. That's what the whole point of me showing this video is about. For someone to say that, they would have to show that there was a change between biblical Hebrew and modern Hebrew. I mean, that there was no change between biblical Hebrew and modern Hebrew. And that, of course, they can't do. All right. So now I put this picture up to say she's saying biblical Hebrew classical, meaning what? Ancient Hebrew. Ancient Hebrew. The point that I'm trying to make is this. If we're not speaking the right language, then what language are we speaking? And if you're speaking the right language, then how is the person who's responsible for stealing the language saying that you are not speaking biblical Hebrew? I listen, I have yet to see anyone like this. Is what I don't understand. I have yet to see anybody prove that they should say Ben Yehuda, Akkadi, any of these words that they use, right? Aki and Shalom. Where does it say that we did that? Because people don't change the Lord's name. The Lord's name is still the Tetragrammaton, which is no consonants. Let me see if I man, see, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Salak here. Give me a second. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Let me see if I can remove this. I don't know what you call it. I'm sorry, y'all. Boom. So if I could, right, I'm gonna try and go to the to my email. I'm gonna try. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm gonna try and go to my email. My son trying to get in. He want to be a part of the class. Go sit down. Go sit down, Gunner. You want to be a part of the class. But let's go here. I'm gonna try and go in this email, and I want to show y'all this, right? So of course Esau stole our language and changed the language, but he did that for his own self. But in doing that, he left a trail. It's like Nathaniel. It's like it's like them cop shows. He left so much evidence that the way that they speak Hebrew today is not real Hebrew. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me tell us. Hey, Sawana, can you have him come downstairs? Oh, all right, she dealing with the baby. My bad. My bad, y'all. Big shout out to the sisters in the ISUPK. Don't you know a sister came over and decided to watch these bad kids that I got, man, so we could do this class. All right, from home. Now this they kingdom, you know what I'm saying? But all right, so let me go here. Let me go let me type in. This is the biblical Hebrew text and workbook. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull this up, y'all. Just give me a second. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna try to pull this up. Now it usually takes a little bit to load, but I'm gonna see. Let's see if I can get this pulled up for y'all. You got any questions online?
Sir.
All right, hold on. I think I'm putting this in wrong. Because it should pop up. So go back to what was it? Zechariah or Zephaniah 3 and 9.
Come on. Read from the top.
Yeah, if you could.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
He said, for then will I turn to the people a pure language. Go ahead.
Come on. That they may all call upon the name of the Lord.
And they may all call upon the name of the Lord. Now, we have the Most High's name, which is Yahweh. Everybody knows about the Tetragrammaton and how Hebrew is was only consonants, or maybe people should know. Not everybody knows, but Esau knows that the Tetragrammaton is the Lord's four-letter sacred name, or whatever they want to say, pronunciation of his name, but it was in all consonants, and that's what I'm trying to go ahead and prove to you now, if I can get this email running. Okay. Give me Revelations 2 and 9. Matter of fact, since we on 3 and 9, let's go to 3 and 9, then let's go to 2 and 9. Just to back up how he's a liar. Esau's a liar. And for any brother out there to believe Esau's lies, you simple, man, especially over your brothers. This is what I don't understand, Nathaniel. I don't understand how our brothers can listen to the oppressor and then look at us like we some type of evil people trying to lead black people astray, while he is listening to the white man, the man who led him astray, the man who put him in captivity.
Right.
Unbelievable. Let me know when you got Revelations.
Revelation 3 and 9?
Yep.
I'm here, sir.
Oh, you can read.
Come on, this is the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 9.
I'm going to put this back up on the screen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogues of Satan, which say they are Jews, but are not.
Which say they are Jews and are not. Go ahead.
And are not, but do lie.
But they lie. I don't know what's going on with this. It might just be taking forever. But these oppressors, they lie. Oh, there you go. These oppressors, they lie. Look who's on the screen. It ain't us. It's them. They're on the screen pretending like they're God's holy people. Let me read some of these titles. I think you got one sister in here, right? And the sister, she knows a little bit. I give her that. What's the difference between Paleo Hebrew versus ancient versus whatever? Right? Lock it. So she even knows there's a difference. But how do men like Zion Lex don't understand that there's a difference? I think some people, Nathaniel, they just be clout chasing. Some of these cats, they want a reputation so bad because nobody else will respect them otherwise. You done lost multiple battles to Captain Tazariak and the men in ISUPK, scripture-wise. You just got crushed. Then you step into the realm of the Hebrew language. Why would he do that? Knowing when it's hitters like me, General Q, and Officer Hazahab, and so many others that can't wait to knock somebody's damn head off about this truth that decides to come up against it. Why would you try that? 2 videos. I don't even know how this cat can have an argument. This is, to me, this is just somebody clout chasing, man. That's all it is. It's just somebody clout chasing. I want to let me see if I can pull it up now. It was giving me an issue. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, you can keep on reading the scripture too. I'll pull this up.
Yeah, I'm in this, y'all.
Okay, go ahead. I'm putting myself back on the screen while you read.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
And to know what?
I have loved thee.
And to know that I have loved thee. Good night. I didn't know my screen was that jammed up. Yeah, let me fix my screen a little bit. Good night. You know everybody gonna laugh, right? Good night. So, all right, now I got it. Now, hopefully, did I switch something? Okay. I gotta move this over a little bit. I'm in front of it. Here we go. So I got what I was looking for. I'm sorry. Now let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this. Let me see if I can. Not giving me the option to share this tab instead. So I'll stop sharing. Then when it pops up, I'll share it again. Now I have this book at home. What we about to look at right now is the Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Y'all forgive me for having to put the screen down. I just can't see. Right? Boom. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Boom. Perfect. Okay, so y'all see here, Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. And I got the PDF. It's authored by who? By 3 she-devils. Bonnie Petrodi Cattell, Vicky Hoffer, and Rebecca Abswright. None of these is Israel. All right, you can just bet your bottom dollar on that. This is a Yale University textbook. Salaki. Okay, damn, y'all can't see it, can you? Y'all can't even see it. Let me make sure. Nope, you can't see it. And we do this. Let's try that. And if there's any questions online, let me know.
Kamikaze.
I know it's taking forever to switch over. I'm going to and it didn't switch over yet. I just put myself back on the screen, but I'll read from it. I'll read from it. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, but what we about to read is the fact that it says consonants only were used in the original Hebrew, which would crush anybody's theory that ISUPK does not teach of the official Hebrew. That would be just a complete lie. You know what I mean? That would just be straight up people just clout chasing, lying, trying to get some respect. You know, when nobody else will respect them either way. And they already been crushed by Captain Cesariak and so many others. All right. So let me get this here. Hold on. Can you read Zephaniah 2 and 9? Oh, for sure. While I pull this up. It is taking a little long. Okay, here we go.
You want Zephaniah 2 and 9, sir?
Yeah.
Come on. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 9. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah.
And the
Even
children of Ammon, what?
As Gomorrah.
As Gomorrah. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. I got it, y'all. See, they better stop effing with the ISUPK.
Right.
Let me put this up on the screen. It's like I'm in Revelations 2 and 9. I'm so sorry.
Hey, you what, sir? I'll get that for you.
All right, so now let me see if I can get this on the screen. I don't know why it's giving us such a hard time.
I'm ready when you're ready, sir. You want me to read?
All right, there we go. That's why it ain't popping up. Yeah, can you read Zephaniah 2 and 9, Bubba, for sure?
It's like your Revelation, sir?
Revelation. I'm so sorry, brother.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Revelations. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9. And I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I have known the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan.
He said he knows the blasphemy. Number one, blasphemy is a lie. Blasphemy is a wicked lie. That's what blasphemy is. And some people are saying that they're God's people, but they're liars. Some people are saying that they speak Hebrew, but they are liars. Here we go. Now, let me, what we have on the screen. Oh, Salaki, read the rest of it.
Come on, I think that was it, sir. You want verse 10?
Nah, that's good.
Denver.
That's good. So, what we have here, I'm going to see if I can enlarge this just a little bit. Okay, here we go. If you can see this on the screen, it says the Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world. Now, remember, these are 3 she-devils. We're just using this as a reference. But it's a great reference, especially against someone who is agreeing that Esau is speaking the right Hebrew and disagreeing with us saying we speak the wrong Hebrew. Well, when you ask Esau, might I mute your mic? When you ask Esau about the Hebrew that he is speaking, this is what he has to say. Can you read this for me, or you're not able to? I can read it if you can. I'll just take it. So this is what it says. The Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world, still in use today. The Hebrew alphabet. Now they're talking about these letters, but what they don't understand is the ISUPK is still using the original Hebrew letters. So they're correct. It is still in use today. Why? Because ISUPK uses the original Hebrew and not the modern Hebrew. Anyway, let's keep going. It says our own alphabet is a descendant of it by a circuitous route, right? So he's saying that, so they're saying that the alphabet that they use, meaning these letters, is a descendant of the original Hebrew alphabet, but through a different route, right? So let's keep going, which lets you know it's not the exact, it's not the original, it's just a descendant of it, and it's through a different route. So, Salaki, let's keep going. This is what it says. It says the text of the Hebrew Bible we use today reflects several periods of development. Now, hold on. If ISUPK is wrong, then how in the hell do you justify what you read or what you speak as right or as original when it says this right here? The text of the Hebrew Bible we use today reflects several periods of development. Let's keep going though. Even if you don't care, if you say, all right, it went through several periods of development, it's a language, languages change, cool. If you say, all right, well, it's saying that as a descendant of it, you know, it went through a different route, but it's saying that it's a descendant of the old Hebrew, cool, okay, that's what you want to say. Originally, the next sentence, originally, only the consonants were used. Now, Nathaniel, how in the hell are they going to get around this? This is the white man, brother. This is the oppressor. This is the oppressor saying originally only the consonants were used. This is what they're saying out of their own mouth. Three witnesses on this. 3 female devils as well. All right, Salaki, y'all. Forgive me for that. Okay, so now, so what y'all see on the screen is the obvious point that says that the original Hebrew, originally, they only use consonants. What were the consonants? A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, ra, sha, tha. That's it. Let's keep reading. By the time of the Israelite kingdoms, some consonants, ha, wa, ya, were used to indicate certain vowels. That is a lie. What it was used to indicate was certain tenses, certain things. And when they, now it's not just outright a lie. What they trying to say is the words that they had vowels for, we used ha, wa and ya for the words that they were saying, like ing and different things like that. But it was not used the way they saying it, or the way it may seem when it says it was used to indicate certain vowels, right? Now, let me show you. Ha, because it has the I sound in it. Ya, which they saying is I or E, right? Well, we have an I, but but when you say things like ing, or how can I say like what is it? Something with an I in it, like IE. So words that have IE at the end, that we would use ya, but not changing it to a vowel, still saying ya, is using the character ya. And of course, the character wa is what they would use a O for you, meaning other nations where they had U or O, we would just say wa. That's it. It's not saying that we made vowels. With that being said, y'all, all right, this is ISUPK. Start out at 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We had to wrap it up just a tad bit early, only because we got a ton of just technical difficulties. But I really appreciate everybody coming through and getting the last little bit of this Hebrew. For anybody that want to try to say, Zion Lex know what he talking about, he doesn't. Anybody want to get up there and say and challenge our Hebrew to say that we don't know what we talking about? Yes, we do. It's right here. They use ya, wa, and ha, which we already used for our words, to indicate the words that other nations had vowels for, not that we had vowels for. We just use ya, ha, or wa. That was it. And that's why, because languages grow. That's why I said, okay, you want to say it went through a development period? Cool, okay. If you want to say it's a descendant of it, okay, cool. But you can't get around the consonants only. And you can't beat the fact that we still use our regular pronunciation, our regular character pronunciation, when everybody else was coming up with vowel sounds. With that being said, shalom. I want to say shalom yasha Allah, anya kahan wakwatazian mara, ma warka, kayaha yawam. Salaki, let me put myself on the screen. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay. I want to say shalom yasha Allah, anya kahan wakwatazian mara, ma warka, kayaha yawam. What I just said was peace, Israel. I'm Officer Mariah, your teacher for the day. The water for y'all tuning in, y'all. Man, I wish we could have went into more, but the water for everybody that tuned in. And go ahead and enjoy your Sabbath. Let's give each other one courtesy salute. Then the Israel, I Majum Shabbat, Barak, Majum Shabbat, I Majum Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat to all the brothers. We're gonna turn and salute the sisters. Salak men of Israel, I Majum Shabbat. I Majum, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathun, Hashem Yahweh Shah, the water for y'all tuning in. Listen, I love these jackets right here, man. Big shout out to Yaradan. Y'all go enjoy y'all Sabbath. The water for tuning in, Israel. Shalom. Most High in Christ.